Hi, this is Joel Persinger. I'm the gun guy. Thank you very much for watching my videos and watching my channel. I really deeply appreciate it. I'm out here at the Rainbow Range, partially because I just love the place and it's out here in the weeds and gets me out of town and that kind of stuff, but also because I could hang out with Mike here. This is Mike Garrow, and
Hi.
Mike has spent a lot of time and effort designing something extremely cool. So he agreed to come up with me and we can shoot it and talk about it a little bit. So Mike, tell me a little bit about what you got.
Okay.
You got a new toy.
It is. It's I'm Mike Garrow, Garrow Firearms Development, and this is a upper for a AR15 that shoots a 17 HMR rimfire cartridge. It's the first gas-operated direct impingement system that runs on a locked bolt.
So how long has it taken you to develop that?
I've worked on this since June of 2014, so
There's been some hurdles along the way.
well, it was off and on for a while, but then it got to where we were doing, it was running really good, and I devoted full time to this.
Yeah. Now, did you discover that did you think it was going to be easier than it was when you finally got there?
Oh, absolutely. I have an epiphany, and you think it's going to take 2 weeks, and you'll have this thing nailed down, but one thing comes up and another, and
Stuff breaks and
stuff breaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
We went through a lot of firing pins developing this thing.
Yeah, I'll bet you did.
Yeah.
I'll bet you did. What got you excited about doing this in the first place?
Well, there's I thought was a niche in the market. Many of the larger companies had a semi-automatic 17 HMR that they took off the market.
Yeah.
And what I found was that there was a blowback action, which means it's not a locked bolt. It's just inertia. And I thought, well, I could, develop a locking bolt system for it. And I flipped a coin and decided I'd try to use gas, because nobody's ever done that before either.
Yeah.
Dealing with varmint hunters and my friends, they encouraged me to do this, and one thing led to another. First it had 6, 7, 8 parts to it. Then I got it down to where there's just 2 moving parts, and it runs really good.
Can you explain to me exactly how this thing works?
Certainly. It's a gas-operated direct impingement system, just very similar to an AR15 centerfire. It has a locking bolt that comes out of battery when the gas system unlocks it. It has roller lockers that is similar to a Heckler & Koch G3, and that's pretty much about it. There's a lot of math involved in the pressures and vectors and stuff like that, but it basically, the key goes back, it retracts the balls, the gun cycles, and then it locks back up again. Now, for some reason, if it doesn't lock up, the firing pin cannot hit the end of the cartridge, so there's a built-in safety feature with that.
Now, what was the concern with that, and why build it that way?
Well, many manufacturers had to recall guns for out of battery experiences with semi-automatics, and it gave semi-automatics a bad reputation in 17 HMR.
So is that the reason why so many of these manufacturers went ahead and withdrew those guns in general?
That is my understanding, yes.
Under the category of be careful what you wish for, Mike says to me, hey, it's a prototype, man. See if you can break it. Shoot it and don't be kind to it. See if it'll break. Well, what he didn't understand is when it comes to breaking stuff, I am an expert.
How do you do that?
I'm a professional.
I did it more than once, too. I got it to fail on me a couple of times. Now, Mike was good-natured about it and wanted to figure it out.
You told me to break it.
I did, yeah.
I'm trying. You told me to break it. I'm going to see if I can break it.
There's another one.
We have another malfunction. This is what happens if you let me shoot something. You want to look at it?
Yeah.
What it all came down to was a little lack of oil. We had to borrow some oil from another shooter, but once we got it lubed up, the rifle ran like a Swiss watch.
Firing pin on that other
Now, full disclosure, the rifle functioned beautifully once we got it oiled. However, we did break a couple of firing pins. And had a lot of fun doing it too. Keep in mind that it was not a production model, it is the prototype. And the firing pins were made by Mike in his shop. They weren't properly hardened. They were not production firing pins. So we did break them. We had to fire an awful lot of rounds to do it, and after we'd cranked off enough rounds, they finally gave out. We ended up breaking 2 of them before we got done shooting a lot. Now, the production models of the Garrow 17 HMR upper should be out in about a month, and as soon as they are, Mike's going to call me, and we'll go back up to the range, and we'll try a production model out, and we'll see if we can get it to break. Hey, I'm a professional at breaking stuff. What can I say? There will be also some additional video from that day's shooting up there at the range and the 17 HMR on Patreon. So if you haven't already signed up to help us out on Patreon, please do that. In addition to that video and a few other videos that are there available to Patreon patrons only, there's also a whole bunch of behind-the-scene pictures and the ongoing twice a month GunGuy TV audio podcast. The next one's coming out in a few days. We launch them on the 5th and 20th of every month. They're half-hour long audio podcasts. Real quick, I want to just do a real quick shout out to Dan T, Jeremy S, and Brian A. In the last week, those 3 folks have decided to help us out on Patreon. We're very grateful. It doesn't cost very much. You can donate as little as you want. If you donate as much as $1, you get some special content, and it goes from there. But I mean, you're never going to donate more than $10. I mean, that's kind of how it is. By the way, I wanted to tell you, that 17 HMR is ridiculously accurate. I saved the target because I couldn't believe it. This is 5 rounds. This is a 5-round group. I mean, there it is. I can cover all but 1 round with my pinky, and there's a flyer. So I had 1 flyer. Now, this is at 25 yards because I had my 400 millimeter lens with me, and that was the biggest lens I had. And if we put it out to 50 or 100 yards, we wouldn't have been able to show you the rounds hit the target. So it was only out to 25. But still, that is really incredible accuracy, even at 25 yards. So at 100 yards, it's not going to be much bigger than that. You're going to be able to cover it up with a dime. So the gun is awesome. The idea is awesome. I'm thrilled. We'll get the production models out and shoot those for you as soon as we get an opportunity. And Mike's right up north from me here in San Diego County. Believe it or not, there you go, a gun designer in California. Who'd have thunk it? But he's up there. All right, anyway, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. We've got more videos coming up in a couple of days that we've shot already. We just got to get them edited and out for you. Please do help us out on Patreon. You'll find the link for that in the description. What else? If you're not a member of the NRA, please join. We figured out a way to save you some money doing that. You can chase the link in the description. It'll take you to a special spot on our website where you'll save some money and you can join the NRA very, very inexpensively. Costs you less than really 1 box of ammo for a year to be a member of the NRA. And even though Donald Trump is president, for which I'm very grateful, the NRA still has a lot of battles to fight, some of which are here in California, so please help us out. But we do have battles to fight all across the country. It's now time to go on the offense instead of defense, and they need money to do that. And likewise, if you're not a member of Second Call Defense and you have guns for home defense or you carry them, I urge you to check them out. That's the service that I use to cover my fanny. If I ever have to shoot anybody, God forbid, they're going to step in and protect me legally in criminal and civil cases, as well as bailing me out of jail. And the nice part about it is I never have to pay any of that money back. Second Call Defense, the link again is in the description, so please check them out. Thank you again for watching. Have a great week. I'm super excited to be shooting again, and I'm looking forward to producing more videos for you, plus podcasts and other stuff. Be safe.